Alright, there we go. Hi, so we're back again this week. My car's in the shop, so we're in a rental.
Very nice rental.
A very nice rental. It's actually like 10 times better than my actual car.
You're like, oh, keep my car. Fix it
pretty
as long
much.
as you
Like,
need to.
fuck that car. Now I'm gonna take this one with the touchscreen and all the fancy buttons. I still don't know what the hell they do. I only figured out the parking brake yesterday.
Seat warmer.
It has an ass warmer individual sides.
That'd be kind of awkward if it was one for the whole car.
Just singular ass warmer. One ass warmer to rule them all.
Just one person likes it up high. The other person hates it.
Just one asshole, Ira.
I've never seen it.
Gonna turn off the ass warmer. But I'm all cold. I don't know why they're hillbillies. But anyway, we should actually talk about the movie.
Okay.
Enough about the ass warmers. Let's actually talk about it. So we just got out of Las Vegas, which is the PG-13 hangover with old people. Is the best way we can describe it.
Basically.
I'll let you go off because you had something to say.
Okay, first of all, I hate the name Las Vegas. It's kind of awkward. It doesn't roll off the tongue easily. I feel like there could be better names for it. When I first saw the poster and I saw the cast, it was Kevin Kline, Morgan Freeman, Robert De Niro, and I always forget that last guy's name. I think it's Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, yep.
I thought it was going to be an old movie about, like, you know, the mob era of Vegas. I didn't realize it was going to be, like you said, like a Hangover ripoff. And I didn't know what it was about until I actually sat down and watched the movie.
I saw a trailer, so I had a basic idea what it's about. It's not a bad movie. I wouldn't call it that, but it's also not really memorable.
I'm gonna have to go with you on that one. I think it was a really
there's some entertaining parts about it. I mean, the really big saving grace of the movie is just the cast.
The cast, yeah.
I mean, the script is mediocre, like at best, but it has fucking Robert De Niro, Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas, and what was the other one?
Kevin Kline.
This is like all great actors.
Absolutely, and I think the thing that like appeals to a lot of people like myself is the fact that it's Vegas. Like, I'm a Vegas expert. I can't get enough of Vegas. So the fact that it was in Vegas, I'm like, ooh, I recognize that. That took a C movie and put it up to a B for me. Fair
enough. And for me, it's like it really was a cast that gave it its redeemable qualities. Like, otherwise, there are parts where I got really bored. There are parts where I was like, okay, how long is this movie? This movie's long, like longer than it should be. Like, this should have been an hour and a half max. This seems like an hour and 45.
Yeah.
Roughly. Probably more. But either way, it's like, there are parts like, okay, you could have easily trimmed this out. You could have easily cut the edges. And there's some subplots in there that really had no business being there. It was just distracting.
Absolutely.
But it's like, it is the performances. Like, Robert De Niro did a great job with what he was given. Again, he's not given great material here, but he does good with what he has. And so does Morgan Freeman. And so does Michael Douglas, and so does
Kevin Kline.
I always forget Kevin Kline. It's like, it does have a talented cast, and these are legendary actors at this point.
Like I said, I thought it was going to be a movie about like the heyday of the mob era, but it wasn't.
Interesting movie. Actually.
I thought it was going into it, and they started it, and I'm like, it's modern times, and I was just so confused because that's what I had. That's what I was positive this movie was going to be about.
So. Tier.
Yeah, Tier. And I watched this on Halloween night, so.
Oh, you could have seen.
On your birthday.
Yes, on my birthday. Yes, I'm 22 now. Speaking of getting older. Yep. I feel like I'm fucking 60 because I look around. I'm that guy that'll sit at like the corner of the bar, look at all the other people and go, fucking idiots. I am that guy, and I'm only 22. Let that sink in. I am already a grumpy old fart.
Can't wait to hang out with you when you're 60.
At that point, I'll just have no hope left. Like, fuck you all.
Or you'll do a reversal and you'll be like at the bar, like drinking vodka at 60.
I'll still be in this goddamn car is what I'll be doing. Or like in the other car. Bitching about Die Hard 25 or whatever else come up by that point. How is Bruce Willis still alive?
Trey will be an old man at that point. Cut off.
Trey will finally get into another review around that time. Trey is finally here with me after Oblivion 25 years ago. Actually, I don't know why I'd be shining like this at 40.
Oh, man. So, like...
We're diverging here, but I'm kind of curious. What do you see yourself in, like, 58 years there, Patrick?
I have no idea. That is a relevant question, because that's what the movie was about. It has such a plot twist, not a twist, but such a fast forward. The fast forward in this movie wasn't 5 years. It wasn't 10 years. It literally said 58 years later, and it's like, damn.
Well, it's like the funny part is I actually got like a horrible like Vietnam flashback at the beginning of the movie because the whole thing starts out with like young actors played to play kid versions of much older actors, of course. You kind of expect that. Where they have to fight off a bully that looks like it came straight out of Stephen King's It. Like, literally, all he needed, like, the little curly Q and the switchblade, that's all he needed. He looked exactly the fucking same.
Oh, yeah.
But,
it's that typical, like, greaser thing.
I was like, oh, God, really? We're doing this? And then, of course, they established the characters and all stuff. All I could think of was like, oh, God, it's Grown Ups 2 again.
Yes! Yes! Oh, dude, sign me up for Grown Ups 3.
Oh, God, I really hope it's not Grown Ups 3.
One of the things that I think about now is I wish they reverted back to those flashbacks more, because they had the actors as the kids, and they did a good job for the
decent job.
For the minute and a half they were given.
Yeah.
I feel like for some of those parts where they go back and talking about their childhood, they could have used flashbacks. It would have made the movie a little bit longer.
For me, it's like, I think the movie either needed to decide it wanted to be a comedy or wanted to be a drama. Because it kind of tried to balance on, and it does an okay job with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it did one more than the other, it would have been better. Or actually, if it just went full-on drama, I think it would have been better. Because the comedy, for all intents and purposes, is just old guy jokes for an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's it. That's pretty much all their jokes they have there. And I just know, I know I'm getting old. Because the parts with all the skimpy women just made me depressed. Because I'm thinking, what do their mothers thinking right now? Like, Jesus, like, where's their career going? And then that's what's going through my head. At 22, these are the things I'm thinking. Not, oh God, she's gorgeous. I'm thinking, like, man, their parents must be so disappointed.
And what's going through my head is, okay, after this review, I'm actually going to go book another trip to Vegas, which is completely true. Honest to God, I'm getting out of this car. My friend and I are going to go decide on the dates for going to Vegas next month.
Oh, God.
So that watching the movie.
What are we becoming, Patrick?
I don't know. What are we becoming?
I just got really sad right now. I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of bummed myself out.
Oh, the thing that bummed me out of the movie, and this is more of a personal thing, is the fact that when like I said, an older cast going to Vegas, I was hoping it'd take place in my favorite neighborhood of Vegas, which is the old school area. It's called Fremont Street. The total amount of time on Fremont Street is a very small portion of the movie. They did show it and they did acknowledge it in the movie, which made me happy, because if they didn't go there at all, I'd be really, really pissed. But I wish more of the movie took place there. And I think that part was kind of lost, is the fact that when they go to Binion's, which is the rundown casino where they meet the chick who's singing, that's not even like on the strip. That's in the rundown old school part of Vegas. And then when they decide to go to the other hotel, that's in the nicer part. So there's that geographical, like, we're in the depressing, like, rundown part of Vegas, but now we're going to go to the hip area where all the kids are staying, which is, you know, at least a mile away. So that geographic point was kind of lost on most of the audience.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, like, I don't know much about Vegas. I've never been. The best I never really know about is like from this movie and The Hangover, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a good frame of reference.
No, not at all.
But, I don't know, it's like, that's just the area I've always kind of felt was like never for me, because I'm not that party guy at all, like not even close.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that'd much rather have, like what we're doing now, I'd much rather have a simple conversation than being in a big loud place where I can't hear my own thoughts and I can't really do anything except judge everybody.
Hey, that's valid enough reason to go. If you ever want to go, hit me up, I will go with you, and I'll cater the trip to what you want to do. And not
Can you get one of those fancy VIP rooms? Because that was really fucking
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Get really lucky at blackjack.
If we get a ton of views on this video and we get up
that would be amazing.
And we get 20 grand to buy a VIP
my
suite.
God, that would be amazing. One day we can dream.
I can't do that. I can take it where they have dolphins, though. That's good enough, kind of.
For those who are not aware of this, Patrick Kramer over here is very much obsessed with dolphins.
I love dolphins.
We don't know why, but we just know he is. So
Yeah.
I try not to judge harshly.
Thank you.
As long as not going to weird fetishy territory.
No, we won't go there.
Yeah, no, he will not.
Yet.
On that.
Just kidding.
Well, hey there, Flipper.
Can't even riff off that. Oh, boy.
That's more like a goat.
I wish they
Still
showed
kind of same fetish, though.
They're completely different animals, buddy.
Flipper and Billy. Romance made in heaven. Bestiality. That's the jokes we're making today. Or jokes I'm making today. I'm a horrible person. I'm gonna go to hell.
This is what happens when you're 22. Can't even wait to see you at 23.
Oh, God help me.
Oh.
I feel like majority of the reviews so far are just us bitching about getting older.
Yeah, basically.
Because that's kind of what the movie talks about. So that's really all it's kind of about. I mean, granted, like I said before, the characters are basically Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas, Robert De Niro, and God damn it,
Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline.
It's hard to mess up a movie with that cast.
Well, I mean, yeah, and that's part of the saving grace is the fact they have these great actors and they are doing a good job with their material. Because they can make anything, even the most terrible written stuff, work in their own way.
Absolutely.
Except the big wedding, but that's a whole other thing.
2 questions for you. So number 1, what would you think if the movie was just 4 passable adult, older actors in the place of those 4 major roles?
Honestly, I don't think they could have pulled it off as much.
No, it
would have been just a boring movie about old people. That's all it would have been. Like, the only saving grace of the movie is the actors, and they do sell the brief bits, and they have a few good speeches. They do. Like, there's a couple dumb plot lines that I was kind of rolling my eyes about. Like, Kevin Kline's plot line is that his wife, who's got the most, forgiving person on the face of the earth. Okay, hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
I was just waiting for the disco ball to come on and be like, I brought Vegas to you, Michael. I had this planned all along.
That would be, for my birthday next year, just throwing out ideas.
You got it.
Break my car. All right.
Oh, I thought you meant take you to Vegas. Okay.
That too. I want a personal disco ball to come out of this little thing here and just do a little spinning thing, then make up a slow dance. And make it really weird, and have people start taking rumors.
Okay. Deal.
Next year. Anyway.
No, next week.
Okay.
So that was...
Anyway.
So the movie you think the movie would not have been nearly as good had it been just 4...
I think it would have sucked if it wasn't for these actors.
I think you're right.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm sorry, I'll get back to you in 1 second. But the Kevin Kline storyline, it just... His wife, I guess, realizes he's kind of an unhappy person because they're stuck in Florida with all the old dying people, pretty much, and that's kind of like the first running joke, like the midlife crisis kind of thing. And she remarkably gives him a pill of Viagra and a condom, basically says, fuck whoever you want. And it was like, why? What kind of woman would just be okay with that?
Yeah.
It's like the grown-ups 2 syndrome. It's like, I don't believe that for a second.
I don't know.
All you need is Adam Sandler going, well, that stuff doesn't only happens in Hollywood movies. Wink. Anyway.
Yeah, that was kind of the plot line. I liked it at first, and I think it could have made for a first initial good joke when he opens up the card and he sees it. But
that's the running joke that the whole movie.
They beat that plot line to death.
I did like the way it ended. I will give it that much.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the speech he gives about his wife was really sweet. It's like, okay, it gets props for that. Because what happens is he eventually finds a dumb blonde bimbo who's willing to have sex with him. And they go into the Vegas suite, which we'll get to. And they he says will this be a wonderful moment, but I feel like every time something wonderful happens to me, I immediately want to tell my wife, and if I don't go and tell my wife, that ruins the wonderfulness of it. It's like, okay, that was a pretty good speech.
And the girl was so understanding too. She wasn't mad.
It's like, honestly, my favorite part of the movie has nothing to do with the movie. It was the older couple in front of me, who were like this cute little elderly couple who were so very much in love. Kind of the husband kept turning like little pecks in the cheek. It was like, okay, that gives me hope for the future.
Yeah.
So it's like, oddly enough, that was my favorite part of the movie. And the guy who thought the movie was hilarious behind us.
He loved it. He loved that movie.
It was fucking fantastic. But it's like, that's like, okay, see, that was kind of nice. It was kind of nice just to see that. But anyway, back to the movie itself. The big, emotional core of the movie comes down to Robert De Niro's character and Michael Douglas's character. Who, honest to God, I don't actually remember the characters' names. That's just how little impact they have beyond the actors. Is the fact that basically what happens is Robert De Niro plays a guy whose wife Sophie died about a year ago, a year before they go to Vegas, and he's basically gone down in the dumps because of it, and he's pissed off at Michael Douglas's character, and Michael Douglas here plays the incredibly rich rich guy with a fake tan who's going to marry like some 32-year-old woman. And that's a whole bunch of cradle robbing jokes involved in that. And oddly enough, a lot like the actual Michael Douglas.
Absolutely. That was a stretch, Michael Douglas.
I think like someone on the Tonight Show like pointed that out. So it's like, so what was it like playing this character that, you know, is marrying a cradle robber, you know, or grave robber as the case may be.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So they're pissed at him because after Sophie died, I'm gonna roll down the lens because it's kind of hot in here.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to figure out the window controls in this car. But he's pissed because when Sophie died, he didn't go to the funeral. Like, he just sent like a bunch of flowers and said, sorry for your loss, and he's pissed off again. And again, that's a good reason, because that's kind of a douche move, especially when you're supposed to be both best friends for 60 years. Allegedly. So that's basically the core of the movie. That's a lot where the drama comes from, and I felt like if it focused more on that, it could have been more interesting.
Yeah.
But instead, you got like the like the subplot line with the punk kid that they meet at the nightclub, which is completely pointless. Like, when he's a douche, next we're supposed to like him.
Yeah, but that was kind of funny that Morgan Freeman like changed him.
By giving like advice like anyone's dad would ever give.
Yeah, actually that is true. It didn't really take much.
No, it's like, and that same goes. Okay, so to elaborate a little bit, what I'm gonna talk about here is. When they get to Vegas, the hotel they're going to book at, which is one the old town that Patrick was talking about.
Pinions.
Which
is true. They have the casino open, but they don't have the hotels. Those are undergoing renovation because they have hella asbestos.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. They go to this place. They meet a lounge singer named, what was her name?
I don't remember.
I was going to call her lounge singer. Who they kind of hang out with, and it becomes the very obvious love interest.
Diane.
Diane, that was it. Diane becomes a very obvious love interest from Michael Douglas and Robert De Niro. It has an awkward little love triangle thing for a little bit, which gets resolved very quickly. And Morgan Freeman, they take it to a much fancier hotel Michael Douglas is staying before his fiancée gets there. And Morgan Freeman says, okay, I'm going to play some blackjack. So he plays blackjack for a while, and they think he's losing. So they go back to say him. Turns out he wins like over $100,000. And it's kind of as a complimentary prize. The people of the hotel basically want him to gamble some more. So they give him like the fanciest suite in the hotel, kicking 50 Cent out of the room.
Which is true. They do that in real life.
Yeah, they really
It's
do.
not always the VIP suite unless you're gambling hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you're just gambling a little bit, sometimes they'll like give you a room or give you like, here's lunch, dinner. That's very common.
Is it really?
Yeah. Because they want you to stay there. Here, have a room, stay overnight, stay an extra day in Vegas.
That actually makes sense.
That is true.
So that happens, and they get like this like a busboy guy, who 1 minute's like, well, I don't want to work with these older guys. I'm much for the VIP guys, like 50 Cent or the billionaires and stuff like that. But then literally, the next time we see him, he is totally on board with what they're doing, with no real reason why.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, sure.
He's been in a lot of other movies. I always forget his name, but he's always like that quick supporting actor in movies. Did you recognize him from anywhere?
Nothing that
He's been in a ton in the past 5 years.
I'm sure I've seen him, but I just don't remember about anything about him really.
Yeah.
And like I'll say the Robert De Niro's plot was probably the most interesting one they had there, because like the Morgan Freeman one wasn't all that interesting. Because all that his is he's an older guy who had a minor stroke, and his son's basically babying the crap out of him. So he basically has to run away from home.
Yeah.
And then his son eventually tracks him down. They have a bonding moment. Again, a lot of subplots are quickly introduced and so quickly resolved.
Yeah.
With like no real build-up, and just like one speech and all the problems kind of wash away.
Exactly.
But it's like, again, like the core of the drama comes between Robert De Niro and Michael Douglas. And the stuff that's there is good, because again, they're really good actors, and they know how to sell a scene.
Yeah, it would not have been nearly as good without them.
No, absolutely. Unless they found equally talented actors, which is hard.
They found the 4 best actors for the roles.
I don't know how they got them, to be frank, to do this like shitty little mediocre script.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe they all just really wanted to do it, or maybe they had a ton of money to spend.
Maybe that's where all the budget went.
I mean, because there were the dude from LMFAO hosting the beach party. That was a complete unnecessary waste of money. He was good in the role, and he's a good guy, but they could have gotten a million other people for far less.
Hell, they could have gotten a guy at a bar and give him $20 to do that same part.
Yes,
they're
they're just flexing their money at that point. So here's my question for you. We talked about how putting 4 solid actors in a mediocre script made it a pretty decent movie. Not amazing, not bad, but somewhere there.
It's just okay.
What if we took Robert De Niro and the other 3 leads, reversed them back maybe 10, 20 years, so they're a little bit younger, put them in Grown Ups 2. What do you think would have happened there? Grown Ups 2.
I would have killed myself.
So instead of Chris Rock, you got a little bit younger Morgan Freeman. Michael Douglas can play the Adam Sandler character. Kevin Kline will be Kevin James or whatever the guy's name is, and what's the 4th one? David Spade. David Spade would be perfect for Kevin Kline. Legitimate question. Okay,
hold on, I gotta roll the winners for this. I think the last few words you would hear me as I jumped off the Camera 12 roof would be, Morgan Freeman! Splat! What are you doing in a fucking Happy Madison movie?
That'd be great. Oh, I want him in a Happy Madison movie.
I was gonna say, me killing myself because Morgan Freeman's in the Happy Madison thing is a great thing. Thanks, Patrick. I thought we were friends.
We are. Oh, boy.
Oh, God, I just got like a horrible feeling went from the top of my right eyebrow down my left pinky toe.
You're just thinking about Grown Ups 2? Thinking about Morgan Freeman and Grown Ups 3?
Stop it. Stop it, I'm gonna puke.
I'm gonna do a Kickstarter. Get Morgan Freeman and Grown Ups 3.
I'm gonna kill you. When this review is over, I'll give you a 5-second head start.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take off.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I was trying to figure out how to lock him out. I don't know how to work the car. I don't know how to work the lock on your car, and I have a feeling you don't either. I was like, perfect, both doors are closed. Lock.
I hope we got that on tape.
We did get that on tape.
That little inner debate, like, oh shit, where's the lock?
I was like looking at it, I'm like, lock, no.
You should have pressed the button. Clue for next time, when someone threatens to kill you in the middle of a review. Or I threaten to kill you again when you keep pushing my buttons with Grown Ups 2.
That's the second.
Because I don't know how you like that fucking movie.
I think this is what, my 3rd review with you? Maybe 4th? 3rd?
Yeah.
3rd.
That's it, we had
fourth.
White House Down, we had...
so 4th.
way back.
4th.
Yeah, this is the 4th one.
This is the 2nd, so there's half the reviews I'm in with you, you've gotten out of the car. You got out of the car during White House Down.
I did. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the context, but you just got out of the car.
Oh, no, it's because Grant brought up 9/11.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, good night, everybody.
That'll be my thing, is just getting you out of the car.
Maybe, just push my fucking buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the movie. So,
As long as I don't push the seat warmer.
I asked one to rule them all. Anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to say about it, really. Because, like, at this point, like we said all there's to say. The best stuff is oddly enough towards the end of the movie when, like, Michael Douglas finally does the smart thing, breaks things off with the 32-year-old woman who's only in 2 scenes, literally in 2 scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And that goes for the other guy's wife, too, that allows him to cheat on her.
I'd say if you're a Vegas junkie, you'll like the movie more. I'd say definitely go if you're like me and you love Vegas. It's not going to be the world's greatest movie, but if you're going to see a lot of stuff you recognize, and it's going to be good.
I'd say there's some good heartfelt moments. I mean, it has a great cast. If nothing else, there's that. Really, like, at best, this is if you're really bored and you got nothing else to watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because this is easily going to be Netflix in the next year. I guarantee it.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just one of those movies. It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's just meh.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of, like I didn't like it. I didn't love it. Didn't hate it. Just meh. There's some good parts. Parts I liked. A lot I didn't like. But overall, I would say it's a passing watch.
I would agree.
Like it's like there's some unnecessary filler crap, but otherwise there's some fun stuff that I liked. There were some good character moments that I liked. And I'm not like angry that I went to see it.
No.
But
I think it was good. I liked it.
Okay.
I don't love it, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm about the same way. So it's like I don't think it's as bad as Rotten Tomatoes saying it is, which is like at like 28%.
Oh, really?
Like
Oh, God.
it's like it's not that bad. Like it was. We're gonna see this, or we're gonna see fucking that Freebirds, that crappy turkey-looking one with like Woody Harrelson and Owen Wilson for like no reason.
I'm still down to see that. That looks like a good movie.
I don't know. That has even less percent than this movie did. So I'm kind of glad you picked this one because I left it up to you. So it's like you already saw this movie.
Thanks, buddy.
Because I was like, okay, I don't want to see Freebirds, but I will if I have to. Because it's not going to be the worst movie I've seen this year. It might be up there, but it's not the worst. Because it just looked so bad.
Yeah.
Time traveling turkeys.
I would love
There's
that.
a racist joke in there somewhere. Anyway, I guess we should move on to trailers then. The first two you missed, but we've got them before, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We got Delivery Man, the teaser for that again, which we got during Don John.
That looks great.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very excited to see that. I've heard that it's more dramatic than comedic, and I really want to see Vince Vaughn in another dramatic role.
Because the whole concept is him, like, being a father to, like, 500 children.
Yeah.
How does that sound like a concept for a drama?
It's a drama, I think. Because it wasn't a crazy situation that he was a father. It was like there was a mix-up at the donation clinic or something.
That sounds like a setup for a comedy.
I've heard that it's less of a comedy and more of a drama. I could be wrong.
The teaser makes it look like it's a comedy.
Okay, well, let's.
So-
if you got nobody else to check it out with you, I'm going to go to check that out.
All right,
'cause
fair
I'd
enough.
like to see that.
The other one we got was Best Man's Holiday,
Uh-huh.
which celebrates my favorite time of the year, he said sarcastically, in my bah humbug methods, in which case you'll get 2 Christmas specials this year like you usually do. And because I hate Christmas.
I know you do.
I hate it so much.
It's okay, buddy. I'm going to get you a present. I'm going to make you feel better.
Much obliged, sir. Best Man's Holiday, I don't know, this looks mediocre.
I'll see it.
It's, you just pretty much picked everything that had the word man in there, which was I thought was a weird trend.
Yeah. I will see any movie.
But yeah, I know you will, because you like everything. Next one we got, which is, but with these, I don't know what to think about this movie. It hasn't been getting very good reviews, which is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which is the Ben Stiller movie in the kind of, it looks like it's kind of ripping off Brazil. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Kind of a very similar thing where granted, Brazil is much more sci-fi than this movie was, but it was kind of same basic thing, like a guy in a boring workplace often has fantasies of being in extreme, incredible situations that he's never actually a part of. Granted, Brazil had a much bigger message about censorship and advertisement than this movie does, but it looks like it's doing that same kind of thing where Ben Stiller plays like a lonely guy who has like a huge imagination. He's imagining himself in ridiculously exciting scenarios, which in the right hands could be interesting. And whether it's good or it's bad, I admire the fact that Ben Stiller is trying something different.
Yeah.
So I think on that merit alone, it's worth applauding him for that, because so many comedic actors just get stuck in the same rut of just doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again. Will Ferrell. And
Oh, that's so true, though.
And I admire the fact that he's willing to expand into other things. This isn't the first time he's done something different, mind you. Like, I think he had another movie called Greenberg or something like that.
Yeah.
Where he kind of tried something different, too. And I didn't really care for that movie. But again, I admire the fact that he's willing to try. Like, I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan, but he's trying to make characters.
Yeah.
So I admire him for that effort alone. So I'm willing to give him a shot based on that. Now that, my little rant is over about that. Last one we got was, I haven't even heard about this movie until I saw this trailer, which was Saving Miss Poppins.
Oh, I want to see that. I've heard a lot about that, and I can't wait. First of all, I just want to give Tom Hanks as Walt Disney a hug. Like, that's such a match made in heaven. Like, Tom Hanks is Walt Disney. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Okay, for those who don't know what this movie is, it's basically like a Disney movie about how Disney made Mary Poppins.
Basically, yeah.
Which on one hand makes me a little worried, because it's not someone else talking about how Mary Poppins, it's Disney talking about how Disney made Mary Poppins, which makes me worried that it's going to be kind of like a cloudy with a chance of meatballs kind of thing, where it's like, look how happy and magical this is.
Walt Disney patting Walt Disney on the back.
Exactly, and as I feel like it's a bit overly self-indulgent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. It's going to be, oh no, this old lady didn't want to make Mary Poppins, but Walt Disney came in there and saved the day and talked her into it, and made the movie spectacular, and she cries because the movie's so good.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's Tom Hanks as Walt Disney.
That's the sole reason I'm gonna go see it.
Like, any negative thing I can say about it, it's like, it's fucking Tom Hanks as Walt Disney. I was like, oh god, it's Tom Hanks as Walt Disney. And then I saw him start doing it. It was like, I want to have a beer with this man.
Exactly.
It's like, he's just so happy. I feel like I can, like, hug him and it'd be okay.
Everything will be okay if you have Tom Hanks as Walt Disney.
And it has a good actress playing the writer of Mary Poppins. So it's like, it was one of those things. I was incredibly skeptical when I first saw the trailer, but it kind of won me over the more I watched the trailer, which is, I can't think of many times that's actually happened. So bravo. But that comes out around Christmas, doesn't it?
That comes out on Christmas. Secret Life of Walter Mitty comes out on Christmas. Jesus. And your other favorite, actually I think it was pushed up a little bit, but
Anchorman 2 comes out on December 13th.
Yeah, see, it was pushed up a little bit.
I'm gonna get so much hate for that review, I can tell right now.
You don't like Christmas? We could have literally done all three on Christmas Day.
We might, fuck it. I got no plans. I'm gonna be at home like Mr. Scrooge. It's worth knowing the longboarding club likes to congregate here.
There's so many of them.
So you learned that little fact about SJSU today.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm going to be like Mr. Scrooge. Fuck it, you could be the ghost of Christmas Past.
Okay.
You know what would be amazing? If we can get you, Wes, and, like, Cliff to be the ghost. Like, you'd be the ghost of Christmas Past, Wes would be the ghost of Christmas Present, and then Cliff would be the ghost of Christmas Future. And we just work through that angle.
Okay.
And then I can become renewed by the end of the third movie.
That would be great. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be awesome, actually. I might try to make that happen one of these days.
Just let me know.
Like, if we ever actually get a budget, I might make that a movie.
Okay. That'd be cool.
Anyway, off topic. But I think we're pretty much done saying everything we have to say about the movie.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it was a mediocre film. If you're a Vegas aficionado, you'll find slightly more enjoyment out of it than other people. I think that's why I really liked it.
I think this movie's mostly saved by its cast.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff that's salvageable is salvaged because of the cast. No other reason, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So from that reason, it's worth a passive glance if you have nothing else to watch when it comes on Netflix.
Yep.
So that's really all I have to say. Later this week, we want to check out Ender's Game. So we're going to try and make that happen. We took last week off. We were supposed to see accounts last week, but I was busy, everyone else is busy, so I was like, fuck it, everyone take the week off. I don't want to see accounts anyway. Now I want to see Cameron Diaz have sex with a car. That actually happens in the movie. That happens in the movie. I'm not making that up.
Is there what time is it now? It's 9:50. Is there a 10 o'clock show? Well, bye, guys.
Well, there's no dolphin sex in there, I'm afraid.
It's okay. That's what my laptop's for. Hi. Just kidding. Kidding.
Well, Flipper. There's really no better way I can end it than that. So, see you all with Ender's Game.